Hi there. I am guiding you today through some of the essentials of Parcel Simulator. This game was released recently, turned out to be quite some fun. I haven't seen too many videos out there yet on complex setup, therefore, just want to share today a few things to help your gameplay. General lessons how to be successful in the game. How to set up full automation for maximizing daily deliveries. Improvement potentials and design options. Few things the game could improve on. So, let's start the day and talk you through.
For the general design, there are a few rules to consider. Manage your space carefully, as you will run out of space soon. You need to have an overall design in mind. I am not aware of copy-paste functionality in the game yet, so moving a 10 by 10 block of conveyors and scanners can be very time-intense. So have a plan in first place.
Secondly, you should split the output from the loading bays to have as much throughput as possible. In this setup, I chose 3 processing lines per bay, which requires quite some space. You might be better off with 2 processing lines, granting you more space for transportation space in the endgame when you have enough funds to upgrade all scanners.
It is important to have a standard layout for each processing line. This helps with avoiding and troubleshooting errors. Further, it helps you building lines fast.
Another element is to have gathering conveyor belts for rejected and approved parcels. These belts collect the output from individual processing lines. Make sure that you upgrade their speed as soon as possible. Avoid using bridge conveyor belts for those main lines. Painting the belts helps to stay on top of a line. The last point to highlight is to foresee enough storage. In the setup here, I have chosen 6 storage lines with 3 shelves with 16 lots each, granting me 312 slots per cargo type. As air, rail, and ship cargo are denied for minimum 2 days, you need to keep sufficient storage. Whilst I have no storage issues yet, I still need to balance storage out. Let's talk about my processing line. The processing line starts with getting a parcel from the splitter, then sorts out approved and rejected packages, a separate line that are initially approved. All pending deliveries are then moved through the various scanners. On the left, you have the positive line, and on the right, a straight line for any rejected deliveries. I have chosen to have the content inspector last, as I may skip some deliveries there. The output of to be approved and to be denied packages then gets consolidated on the main lines. The overall setup fits on a 9x4. Please let me know if you have found more efficient setups. Let's talk storage. Storage is done in a way that it receives approved packages from the sorter and any package hove to go through storage. Each storage block contains of 3 lines created by a splitter and merging the packages at the end. Each line may have a sequence of loaders, shelves, and unloader holding 18 deliveries. For ship cargo, I selected to use the dedicated target bay. As ships are only delivered once a week, the storage fills up quickly. Always use the pause conveyor at the end of a line. In this setup, I may replace the long conveyor line with even more storage. When it comes to approval and rejection lines, a few recommendations. First of all, I would avoid building them in parallel to processing lines, as this steals space. It makes sense to upgrade the main line to the maximum. Further, avoid using bridges. Bridges carry only 1 item at a time over 3 fields, meaning a main line without bridges runs 3 times faster. Upgrading the scanners to maximum is super expensive, but it might be worth it. For 5 loading bays, I am currently using 3 processing lines each. With upgraded scanners, Maybe 2 lines that I showed you might be sufficient. Depending on the rates of packages coming with a sticker, I may add a second sticker scanner in front of each line. All of this would free up space for improved main lines. The current lines currently serve 9 processing lines, so it can be very crowded. A setup with maybe 2 main lines serving 10 bays seems more efficient. Further, it would provide the necessary space to avoid any bridges on the main approval and denial lines. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. It has been quite some fun, and it took some hours to reach this state. Considering the almost end state I am currently in, a few features might really helpful to make the final stages. As the setup currently contains of around 1,000 elements, it is quite demanding to further optimize, in particular when it comes to shifting around main approval and rejection lines. So, it would be really handy to move processing lines around in bulk. Additionally, it would be great to get such lines generated based on parts on store. Lastly, I would really appreciate some enhanced stats like deliveries by type by bay, or just simple counters on the diverters. This may help to set the right focus. I like the 2-dimensional character not working with floors and only offering bridge connectors. Just be aware of the challenges this brings. Overall, had quite some fun with the game. So let's close the day by unloading the bay's 601 deliveries today. Maybe at some point I will go back and rebuild to make the 1,000. If you are more interested in some specifics, just discuss in comments.